We are going through exercise 17b, and in this video we're going to be answering question 3, which says, for each of the following, find f-1. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be differentiating and then substituting 1 into our derivative. So let us give this a go. So for our first one here, what I'm going to first do is differentiate. So I'm going to differentiate, and what I'm going to end up with is 6x5. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 into that. So it's going to be 6, 1, 5. 1 to the power of 5 is just 1. So it's just going to be 6 times 1, which is just going to be 6. I get my highlighter, I give that a highlight. I then move on to the next question, where I am again going to begin by differentiating. And when I do this, I'm going to get 5 times 4 is 20, then reduce my power by 1. And then I'm going to substitute 1 into that. So I'm going to get 20, 1 to the power of 4. Once again, 1 to the 4th power is just 1. 20 times 1 is just 20. I'm going to grab my highlighter and give that a highlight. Let's now move on to the next one, in which I am again going to differentiate first. When I differentiate this, I'm just going to wind up with 5. And then when I put 1 into this, well, it's just going to be 5, because there's nowhere to put that 1, because there's no more x. Perfect. Let's now come down and answer some more questions. So here I'm going to begin by differentiating, and when I do that, I'm going to get 10x, and that 3 is just going to be 0, so I'm just left with 10x. Then I'm going to put 1 into my derivative, 10. Whoopsie daisy, that's not very neat. 10 times 1 is, wait for it, 10. I know, we do some pretty hard maths here in methods. All right, next we're going to go differentiate this. When I differentiate just a constant, it's just going to be 0. So that means when I go and put in 1 into this, guess what it's going to be? Just 0, because there's nowhere to put that 1. Let's go on to the next one. Again, I'm differentiating. I'm going to get 2 times 5 is 10, x minus 3. Then I'm going to put 1 into my derivative. So I'm going to get 10 times 1 minus 3, which is going to be 7. And I forgot to highlight my 0. Perfect. Last 3 questions. Let's end strong here. So I'm going to begin by differentiating. I'm going to get 40 x cubed minus 3 times 3 is 9 x squared. I then am putting 1 into this. So I'm going to get 40 1 cubed minus 9 1 squared. Now that is the same thing as going 40 minus 9, which is just 31. Get my highlighter and give that a highlight. Let us keep moving. I'm going to differentiate this, and I'm going to get 8x cubed minus 3 times 1/3 is just 1, so it's just going to be x squared. Then I'm going to put 1 into this, and let's see what comes out. 8 1 cubed minus 1 squared is just going to be 8 minus 1, which is just going to be 7. Let's highlight that. Ooh. Let us now come over here and finish this one off. So we're going to get f dash x is going to be negative 30 x squared minus 4x. That 2 just goes away. I now am going to put 1 into this. So I'm going to get negative 30 1 squared minus 4 1, which is going to be negative 30 minus 4 is going to be equal to negative 34. And just like that, I am finished. Hopefully this video was helpful to you in answering these questions. Nothing too tricky here, so if you do make a mistake, I imagine it's just some little arithmetic here or there. But overall, pretty fun stuff. I will see you in the next video.